In this video, I'll show you how to solve the ALEKS problem called calculating kinetic energy. The equation for kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared. In this equation, m represents the mass of the object, and that needs to be in units of kilograms, and v represents the object's velocity, and it needs to be in units of meters per second. I've looked at quite a few versions of this problem, and almost every version that I looked at, you needed to convert at least one of the units provided to you in the problem. So for my problem that I'm looking at, my mass is already in units of kilograms, so I don't need to do a unit conversion there, but my velocity is in units of kilometers per second, and so I am going to need to do that unit conversion from kilometers per second into meters per second, and that's going to be the first thing that I do. I'll do that down here. So I am starting with 3.4. My units are kilometers per second, and it's the kilometer unit that I want to get rid of. The second unit is fine, so I want to get rid of the kilometer unit, so I'm going to put that on the bottom of my conversion factor so that that unit will cancel out. I want to convert into units of meters because, again, that's the unit that we need in this kinetic energy equation. The prefix kilo represents 10 to the third, so that means 1 kilo is 10 to the third. Whatever we're talking about, the kilometer units are going to cancel, and that's going to give me 3.4 times 10 to the third meters per second. That's my unit of, or that's my velocity, value of velocity with the correct units. So now that I've got everything in the correct unit, I can go ahead and get it plugged into this kinetic energy equation. My mass, 5.9 times 10 to the third, and that is a unit of kilogram, and then my velocity is 3.4 times 10 to the third meters per second, and don't forget that that needs to be squared. So we're going to use our calculator over here. 1 divided by 2 times 5.9 times 10 to the 3 times, I'm going to use some parentheses, 3.4 times 10 to the third, and that needs to be squared. And this gives us a kinetic energy of 3.4, Alex wants 2 sig figs on this, 3.4 times 10 to the 10, and my units are kilograms, meters squared per second squared. This square out here, not only is it squaring the number, but it's also squaring the units as well. The units, kilograms, meters squared per second squared, that can be shortened to the unit joule. The joule is the unit that represents kilograms, meters squared per second squared. And you can see that that's the unit that Alex already has preset for us. So for my problem, my answer is 3.4 times 10 to the 10.